Conor, I'm the only one here, man. Floyd will be waiting all day, man. 10 hours,
Floyd
man.
will do
in the UFC
if he does it?
Yeah. Against who?
Do you think you how do you think you would do against him?
I'd do as I please against him.
You're gonna fuck him up, bro. You're gonna fuck that guy
But if he does do it, I know he's flirting with it, I would have respect for him.
Should he fight you or should he go against someone else?
I think he would get his earned respect then if he was to step in. What? Say that again?
Yeah, what do you think? He's been all these videos on social media right now, on Instagram and stuff like that.
He's engaging, we're engaging, so we'll see. I'm currently in negotiations to face my next opponent.
Do you know who it's going to be?
We have many options. There's the current interim lightweight champion. There's an undefeated Dagestani. There may be a big Russian event. There's obviously the Diaz trilogy. Of course, the Mayweather fight is there. There's many options, so we're just at the table at the moment. So times is good, life is good. I'm over here in New York supporting a charity that supports the kids' hospital back home in my home town of Crumlin. Our Lady's Children's Hospital of Crumlin, it's called. So that's why I'm over here now. Of course, I'm seeing all the stuff Floyd is putting out, and I'm seeing all the stuff in the media. So I'm here with my coach. We're gonna go train tomorrow.
Yeah.
The mind is clear, the body is sharp, and we're staying ready. So
the stuff he puts out, though, do you think it's just for talk and get the hype going, or or?
Well, if it is, it will follow him for the rest of his days. You know what I'm saying?
Not here,
if it is, it will follow him for the rest of his days that he did not do it. I said I would do it, and I stepped up and I done it.
So basically, he's got to step up and do it.
His time now.
Let me ask you this: you're going to still have the belts? You're not giving up the belts, are you, by any chance? Like one of the belts?
Them belts are in me gaff in my home. So good luck to anyone trying to come near my home.
Wait, Conor, one thing. Ronda's going to WWE.
I'm delighted for her. Yeah, absolutely over the moon for her. She looked like she really enjoyed herself at the event, and I was very, very happy to see her. She's a pioneer for the game, and she's came through it all and faced big wins and big losses, and she came through it, and it's great to see her represent herself and mixed martial arts and have fun in the WWE. I know she's been a big fan of it.
It didn't go his way. He got his ass whooped. He got his pride dented, and then he wanted a way out. What better way for a guy like him to exit under a load of questions and mysterious, you know what I mean? So under a load of questions. So.
And that's it. So.
Round one is in the books for McGregor.
No, he doesn't really believe those things. You have to understand the psychology. This is the first time ever Floyd has been in a spot where he wasn't favored to beat a guy. Everybody is expecting Floyd to go out and not only dominate this fight, but get him out of there in 1 or 2 rounds. Floyd is starting to feel that. It's an unusual spot for him where he's looking at it and going, hey guys, I appreciate that you all have faith in me, but you've got a little bit too much. How about we go out there and 2 men go out and have a contest? These are the intangibles, because what Teddy and I are watching right now is an amateur boxer getting ready to take on the best of all time. But the intangibles do matter.
That is a pretty stark characterization. An amateur boxer getting ready to take on a guy that could be 50-0 by the time the month is out. Alberto Komodo has been on the scene all day. We've moved to station 3. Couple action in the ring. Then we've hit the bag twice. He's there, boots on the ground. His eyes are closer than any of us. Brett, what are you seeing right now with your 2 eyes there?
Yeah, from a technical standpoint, I think Chael and Teddy have really outlined a lot of what's going through my mind. I mean, obviously, one thing I told you, Zubin, is that I expected him to be in amazing shape, and I know that that's very, very crucial to him. I mean, that's been crucial really throughout his career, especially after he lost to Nate Diaz last year. He felt that he was very inefficient with his energy, is what he said. That fight was at 170 pounds when it was supposed to be at 155 pounds. So just looking at him physically, and this has not surprised me at all. I knew all along that Conor McGregor would do everything in his power to get as prepared as is humanly possible to face Floyd Mayweather. But everything that you're hearing from the 2 experts there about the technique, I would have to agree with.
Teddy, I want to ask you this, because you have been in the corner, you have trained some of the guys that basically ate pressure for lunch, and Chael has talked about what a performer this guy is under pressure. For those of us that are just fans, that haven't been in the corner, that haven't been in the ring, can you explain the intangible of the mental side of something like this and the pressure with the world watching? Not the
so far. We have some water, please.
Nah, vodka and orange. Look that. I'm squeezed into this suit. I got this suit fitted. about a couple of months ago, and I'm squeezing into it now.
Is this one of the McGregor Augusto?
Yeah, this is
suits?
an August McGregor line. It looks like the tartan for the Scots. You know what I mean? I was thinking about that. That's why I rocked this one.
Look, you may have bought a suit. Mayweather's put an 8-foot glass picture of you in his new 19 million home in Beverly Hills. Are you going to reciprocate?
I don't know. It's some house. It's some house. What I noticed from it, fair play to him. It's some porch. It's a $26 million Beverly Hills mansion. But I'm thinking, that house purchase, the tax bill off this fight, the tax bill off the previous bill, and then his good investments, I could be getting a phone call anytime soon to go again, and I'd fucking love that.
That's not out of the question. There looked like there was a lot of respect between the two of you after the fight, and even in the build-up, you're enjoying yourself. I mean, if you look back at it now, what was the most memorable or enjoyable part of the whole experience, from the deal getting done, to the crazy press tour, to the fight week itself, and the aftermath?
Cashing the check.
Can you tell us what you did clear in the end? There was reportedly 100 million.
Yeah, well, it's around that. We're still in the counting game. Some people are saying it's this, other people are saying it's that. You know, you get your show money, then you go, you gather all the other information, the gate, the pay-per-view, the sponsorship revenue, the merchandise sales. It's my first time as a promoter of an event. So it's my first time kind of diving into all of these things. So I'm building a nice little team of auditors to go in and make sure that all these numbers that people are telling me are correct. So right now we're in the counting game.
What do you think about your Q&A session there at the big press conference?
I've had a few Q&As with them now. It's not really a Q&A, it's just a verbal onslaught, but I enjoy it, and I give as good as I get.
Did you get a sense how big your opponent is in Brazil?
Not particularly. I got more boos than he got cheers, if that makes sense. So, you know, I don't care about anything like that really, you know. I'm just going to do my business. As far as how big, size-wise, I towered over him. I'm going to maul him. I'm going to go in and just break him down bit by bit. You know, for me, I've never been hurt once in my career. I've never even been phased, or I've never even taken a back step once in my career. You know what I mean? On the feet, in exchanges. Honestly, it tickles me when the featherweights hit me. You know what I mean? It doesn't hurt me one bit. I don't feel nothing. So I'm going to march him down and break him down.
Conor, you know, you talk about you don't forget what you came from. A lot of us don't really know what your life was like when you were a kid. You know, Manny Pacquiao grew up and he lived in a cardboard box for a while.
Up in the motion, the energy, the arena.
I think usually you put them shots together on a guy in my division, and they crumble. He could take it a little bit more. Now I still believe I hurt him. I mean, his face is banged up there. He's stitched up. He said he won the boxing exchanges. I don't think he did. I just think I needed to be a little bit more select, a little bit more efficient with my energy, and I needed to recognize that a bigger man, you must put the shots together a little bit more to stop a bigger man. So I'll learn from that, and I will put the shots better next time.
If you hit a 155-pounder like a Dos Anjos or a 145-pounder like Edgar with those shots, are they done?
I think they fold 100%. I mean, Nate is a completely different stylistic opponent than Dos Anjos. He has the range, the height. I think if it had been a scheduled fight with what it was supposed to be, I would have came out victorious. But it is what it is.
Considering how vocal you are, obviously there's some brushback. You heard on Twitter what Jose Aldo had to said. What's your response to those who feel this is sort of some comeuppance for you?
You know, there's always critics. There's always people that will celebrate a man's fall, but you know, it is what it is. I'll take it on the chin. This is the fight business. Many wins, many losses. I've lost many times before in all different forms of fighting. So, well, I'll face it head on and come back like a champion that I am.
And this may seem like an awkward question, but you've been on top for so long. How does it feel to lose? You've only been known winning lately.
Yeah, I mean, it stings, but this is life. Sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down. It's how you handle it that makes you who you are. So
everything. That's it. I hold no regrets. You know, if I'd done it again, what I would do differently is I'd have pressure fighters coming at me. Okay. In the camp, we had fighters in the Philly shell, similar to the style that he always fights, or fighters against the ropes, but never fighters. Well, we did have fighters coming forward, like with that style, the way he eventually went. But that was only in the early rounds. Early rounds, I'm eating guys alive there. It's when I get tired, that's when I need to bring in that fresh body who's going to sit on my chest and let shots fly. And if I'd done that, that alone would have made that the easiest fight of my life. Because make no mistake, Carl, up until like round 5, that was the easiest fight in my life. I could see everything he was throwing. I was cracking him easily. It was only when I started fading and he started leaning on me and started coming forward in that Mexican style that I started to fade. And that's it, so. That's what I would do differently. I'd have people come pressure me when I'm tired instead of early. So.
Well, you're always pushing the boundaries with the training and the techniques that you're using. You're at the UFC High Performance Center. You know, we saw you sort of running underwater on treadmills, doing all this crazy stuff. Is there anything from this training camp that you can take into your UFC training camps now, sort of new skills that you learn?
I built an incredible engine. Make no mistake about that. Although 30 minutes is, I went 25 minutes, I got into the best shape of my life. So I'm just going to keep going with it. And then also know that, like, in this camp,